Nie Li wanted to go explore further. Maybe he will run into something interesting. Hey, there's something there. Oh, it's a human. Nie Li asked himself, who else would come into the training ground so late at night? Let me take a look. There is a clearing here. This cyan light, it's so forced. This person should be entering bronze rank soon. Oh, she is Shingar. The horned sheep is a type of a herbivorous, low-level demon beast. They do not initiate attacks on people, but they do possess a bad temper. But they are highly territorial. Once the horned sheep detect trespassers, they will attack without hesitation. Hey, Nie Li made me as a bait! This horned sheep is so scary! Shoot it! Shoot it! Quickly! If the target stopped running suddenly or freeze, the horned sheep would run into the trap and make it easy for the guys to aim. Did you miss? How you can do such a mistake in this situation? I hope my friends make you on the ground soon. The only problem that I cannot reload in time. Nie Li is preparing his crossbow and aiming towards the wild animal. Hey! Ah! Nie Li is locking the target. Shoot! Is it dead? Actually, I never imagined this drug would be so effective. Lupia was wondering how this horned sheep could defeat two one-star bronze fighters. Nie Li said this is an unsynthetic drug, which is specially invented for the horned sheep. Lupia was saying, do you know how it's dangerous to be the bait? But Nie Li told him if you haven't run like that, the horned sheep would have fallen into the trap. Tuzi interrupted them and said, hey guys, wait. Nie Li, your archery skill is really too awesome. You were actually able to shoot a running horned sheep from its blind spot. Any normal person wouldn't have this kind of archery skill, even they are trained for 10 years. Nie Li said, anyway, we don't need anything other than the horns, the fur on the neck, the demon crystal and the demon spirit. Tuzi said, just this pair of horns can already be sold for 5 demon spirit coins. If we keep hunting, we would be able to get thousands of demon spiritist coins. Wow, I will be able to pay for my school fees. I also can pay my family debts that they took for me to enter the school. Yeah! Nie Li told them, hey guys, stop wandering and let's go to hunt. There will be no sleeping tonight. And they kept hunting for the whole night. And made a great bag of horns and fur. Oh, the sun is rising. We are done today. Lu Piao said, hey, this night we hunted over 120 horned sheep. The spoils only were sold for 1,500 coins. Haha! In the next 7 days, they lived a life of hunting in the training ground at night and attending their lessons on the arcade school during the day. Some students start to notice when they're talking to each other. There are much fewer horned sheep now. It couldn't be that a spotted tiger or something like that entered the grounds, right? The other student said, I heard that the institute dispatched teachers to investigate, but didn't discover anything yet, but also during that midnight. Nie Li said, over those few days, we have earned over 16,000 demon spirit coins. To be honest, it's a huge amount. We can do a lot of things now. Lu Piao was very sleepy and said, I'm really sleepy. We have worked for 7 days already. I'll go catch up a short nap. Tuzi also said, I also want to sleep. Nie Li said, okay guys, you go and look for a safe place to sleep first. There's no need to come tomorrow. I have another plans. Nie Li wanted to go explore further. Maybe he will run into something interesting. Hey, there's something there. Oh, it's a human. Nie Li asked himself, who else would come into the training ground so late at night? Let me take a look. There is a clearing here. This cyan light, it's so forced. This person should be entering bronze rank soon. Oh, she is Shingar. On a flashback scene from the previous journey, Nie Li remembered when Tuzi told him that Shingar is returning back to the school and has been assigned to the bronze class. Nie Li also remembered that she has a serious illness and he thought she will not train anymore. But Shingar is still cultivating her soul alone in the playground forest, which means that the illness of her is going to increase tremendously and she will die soon. Shingar was shocked when Nie Li appeared at the first place, but then they start discussing and Shingar told Nie Li that she know that he was hunting horned sheep all night the past week. Nie Li pretended to be going on his own way as she continued her training, but Nie Li saw her feet with some evidence of her illness signs. Nie Li told her how she feels exactly, and if she stayed the same way, her body will explode and she will die. Shingar asked Nie Li to help her. Nie Li said, you first have to stop cultivating your power at the midnight. Second, let me take a look at your technique. At the beginning, she was afraid that Nie Li is tricking her, but she is okay now, and finally gave it to him. Nie Li revised her cultivation technique and advised her to change some keywords so she can do it in the right way. Xiao Ningir wasn't listening to Nie Li at all while he was talking, and she was thinking. She was shocked about how he knew all this secret information because this cultivation technique is from her ancestors. She said, "Hold on, can you say everything again?" Nie Li was still absent-minded, ignoring Du Zi questions and thinking about how to get closer to Ye Ziyan and make her like him. Suddenly, Xiao Ningir standed and walked through Nie Li's table. Ye Ziyan thought that Nie Li teases her and Xiao Ningir is going to punish him, as well as Xun Yue. He also didn't know what happened, but out of the blue, she put a breakfast box on the table and presented to Nie Li. Nie Li was very happy and started opening the breakfast, but the whole class was silent and looking at Ningir. They are saying why she care about Nie Li. Xun Ye also felt very angry and said inside his mind, why Ningir show affection to Nie Li? She must be engaged to my brother. Also Ye Ziyan was thinking the same way, by Xiao Ningir even asking Nie Li to sit beside him and eat together. She also invited Lu Piao and Du Zi to eat with them. The whole class was silent and looking at them, but Nie Li actually said, hey guys, we are just ordinary friends. But teacher Shen Xiu told them to sit in their normal seats this lesson and listen to the class. And this not because she is very kind actually, but because there are 3 inspectors came to watch the teacher Shen Xiu and give a feedback to the school principal. The teacher started her lesson by differentiating between the 2 types of the inscriptions, the device inscriptions and the battle inscription. The device inscriptions are embedded to the equipment and will greatly enhance its power, especially for the demon spiritists, and will enable them to exhibit their power beyond the limitation. The battle inscriptions are etched onto a special scrolls and can generate an explosive combat power. The inspectors was very happy and appreciating the teacher and her knowledge, especially because the sacred family members has more information than anyone about this field. The teacher continued and said that the inscriptions are the accumulation of the ancestor wisdom, and the glorious city only inherited a small portion of the inscriptions. Teacher also classified the inscriptions into 3 categories: the Snowwind inscriptions, Sacred Fire inscriptions, and the Battle Edge inscriptions. But now we will start with the Sacred Fire inscriptions, which have a total of 66 basic inscriptions. Then the teacher drew the Scarlet Flame Explosion inscription as an example. Then the teacher said that this inscription is formulated from the 36 basic foundation inscription, and it is the most complex among the green bronze inscriptions. Nie Li was saying inside his mind that this is not true, because the Sacred Fire inscriptions are 600 types, not 66. Nie Li knew those information because in his previous journey, he can speak 7 languages fluently, he traveled among different continents and gained a great experience. In addition to the Holy Spirit book, which enhanced his knowledge more than the teacher Shen Xiu, Nie Li said, anyway, I'm tired since yesterday and this is not a good lecture, so I will sleep a little bit. The inspectors felt angry about how this boy dared to sleep during the class, because this way he's embarrassing our institute. Also the teacher Shen Xiu noticed him and think how he can sleep during the class, especially in front of the inspectors. Nie Li's friends tried to wake him up so he not fall in the big trouble. But suddenly the teacher Shen Xiu came closer to him and said, daring to sleep in my class, huh? It means you already understand everything. Nie Li said, yes. The teacher got shocked from his direct answer and tried to test him by asking, so what is the inscriptions? Nie Li replied and said, this is a low-level fire class inscription, formed from a 38 method foundation. Its power is very low, but you can still use it to boil water. All students laughed at this, including 2 inspectors, except Sun Yue and 1 inspector. This inspector was trying to understand how Nie Li could describe it very close, because he was sleeping. Because the teacher said it was formulated from 36 methods, and Nie Li was so close to say 38 methods. Saying 38 methods also is not a wrong answer, because there are 2 methods hidden. So the inspector was thinking too much. Was it an accurate answer, or he was just guessing? Nie Li kept talking and saying that this inscription was described in the book of Divine Lightning Fire, volume number 7. But some fools cut out the most important portion, which randomly changed a few things, resulting in a weak inscription. The teacher said there is no book called Divine Lightning Fire. It doesn't mean it not exists if you didn't hear about it. One random student said, I have borrowed this book from the library and I have it here, but I didn't understand anything because it was written in a strange language. The inspector said to his colleague, go bring me the book of Divine Lightning Fire now. The teacher said, if you saw a book in the corner of the library and didn't understand it, don't accuse our sacred family ancestors. And if you didn't find this inscription, I will complain you in the sacred committee myself. Nie Li thought internally about how much this family are fame seekers and being the sacred god inscription inheritors. But actually they are not creating the inscriptions, but robbing them. Also the monsters in the previous journey entered from the gate they supposed to protect. Because of that, Nie Li decided to make the disclosure about the sacred family and show people the real face of them. So Nie Li asked the boy who have the book to open a specific chapter from the book. Then they realized that Nie Li is totally right. The teacher said, okay, but what if the first householding head also referenced this inscription from somewhere? It's also okay. But Nie Li replied and said, so you don't know about the demon spiritist regulations, which is stated stated in the law number 161 that if you reference a specific book, you have to write the reference and never say that you created it. The teacher got shocked as Nie Li continued and saying that the first householding head of the sacred family ripped half of the inscription, and that means he's okay, anyway, he must have his own reason that he couldn't reveal. Students start to feel shocked about how sacred family first household head could be like that, but now Shingar started to feel angry because his family is being accused of robbing the inscriptions. So he says, maybe it's not the sacred family head's mistake, maybe he already stated the reference but the new generation forgot to keep the reference while transferring the notes. But Nie Li is playing clever and saying, why are you shouting at me? It's not my problem. But it's very good that the sacred family has a strict rules, otherwise if anything happened to me, it would be a great problem to this decent family. At the same time, the book arrived to the older inspector and he revised what Nie Li just said about the inscription and felt surprised about Nie Li knowledge and how he could know all this although it's written in a different language. But the inspector felt disappointed when he realized that Nie Li is a red sorrel, because if he wasn't, he would have a bright future. The inspector head decided to protect Nie Li and assign him as a collection deacon. That's because his ability to find different signs with versatile languages is high, which can help the glorious city to be away of troubles. And finally the class is about to finish, and the teacher said to Nie Li, I would never forget that day. Nie Li said in his mind, a professor actually threatening a student in the class, what a joke. But Nie Li also said, I must not antagonize the sacred family too much, I'm still weak.